Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to English Competent Improvement. Grade 5 Exercise. Grammar section. Question number 1. Write 2 sentences of simple past tense. Question number 2. Write 2 sentences using a modal can and will. Question number 3. Write question using WH question based on the answer. A. Answer: I will go to the Jakarta next week. B. Answer: people should stay at home to help the government. Question number 4. Write sentences using comparative and superlative degree using the following words: comparative, smart; superlative, beautiful. Question number 5. Write sentences using preposition A, to; B, behind. Reading section. Dutch trait. This text is excerpted from an original work of the Core Knowledge Foundation. For many years, the Portuguese controlled the spice trade from the Cape of the Good Hope to the most distant shores of the Indian Ocean. They had settlements up and down the African coast and a main trade center at Goa on the west coast of India. Spain was growing wealthy by mining the gold that had been discovered in the Americas. It did not become especially interested in the spice trade until the death of a particular king. After the death of Portugal's King Henry, King Philip II of Spain became ruler of both Spain and Portugal. In the 1580s, King Henry of Portugal died. His death changed the history of the spice trade. A king's death could create political unrest when it was unclear who should succeed him. That's what happened in Portugal. Henry had no adult son to take over the throne. 7 different people presented themselves as having the right to be the next king of Portugal. One of them was King Philip II of Spain. Philip was related to Henry on mother's side. After some conflict, Portugal and Spain were bound together under the rule of the Spanish King Philip II. At first, there was little effect on the spice trade. The Spanish Navy was the most powerful in the world. It could protect Portuguese ships sailing to Asia. Only now a good part of the profits went to the King of Spain. In 1588, the defeat of Spanish Armada tripped the balance of sea power in the world. The defeat crippled Spain as a sea power. At the time, Spain was at war with the Dutch. As Spanish power declined, the Dutch saw an opportunity for their country, the Netherlands, to take control of the Spice Trade. The Dutch were excellent sailors and merchants, and they had a developing interest in the spice trade. A Dutch seaman named Jan van Linschoten played an important role. As a sailor, Linschoten spent his life looking for a northeastern route to the Spice Islands, a route that did not exist. When he stopped exploring, Linschoten worked in India, keeping long and detailed notes about the Eastern traders he worked with. The information he gathered was a great help to the Dutch as they entered the spice trade. In the early 1600s, Dutch merchants formed a joint stock company called the Dutch East India Company. The company received a charter from the government, giving it a monopoly on all trade stretching east from the Cape of Good Hope in Africa to the Strait of Magellan in South America. Dutch power and control of the spice trade grew. Because the Netherlands is a very small country, without many resources of its own, the Dutch did not have many goods to trade from their home ports. Instead, they traveled throughout the East gathering up goods to trade. Dutch ships called at a port all over Africa, India, and other Asian countries. They voyaged into the Persian Gulf and all the way to Japan. They trade silver from one place for clothes or tea from another. The trades were set up so that in the end, spice ended up in the hands of the Dutch for transport to Europe. Answer the following question correctly. Question number 1. Decide the main idea of the first paragraph. Question number 2. Decide the kind of the text. Question number 3. Why can Spanish take control? Spice trade? Question number 4. Examine the lesson that can you take from the text. Question number 5. Give a conclusion based on the information from the text. Writing exercise. Why must we obey the rule of the government to stay at home? Let's speak. Please retell the content of your writing. That's the end of the exercise. Have a great time doing it. Bye bye!